The world has watched the violent scenes in Washington where rioters supporting U.S. President Donald Trump stormed the Capitol building. The action forced the suspension of a joint session of Congress to certify Joe Biden's electoral victory. And to give us more details, we have our USA correspondent Chris De Leon live. Chris, how did the events unfold in Washington?
Arlene, a violent mob loyal to President Donald Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday and forced lawmakers into hiding in a stunning attempt to overturn America's presidential election, undercut the nation's democracy, and keep Democrat Joe Biden from replacing Trump in the White House. The situation escalated quickly, with officers scrambling to prevent swarms of people from entering the Capitol building before eventually being overrun by scores of people entering the complex. One woman was shot and killed by Capitol Police during the rioting. Police said 3 other people, a woman and 2 men, died after suffering separate medical emergencies near the Capitol grounds. 14 DC police officers were also injured during the melee, with 52 arrests were made. Police also recovered 2 pipe bombs near the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee and Republican National Committee. International leaders expressed shock and condemned the unprecedented scenes on Capitol Hills, with some countries warning their citizens in the U.S. to be careful of the violence. On a tweet, United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson said that the scene in the U.S. Capitol is disgraceful scenes in U.S. Congress. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said in a statement that American democratic institutions are strong and hopefully everything will return to normal shortly. And NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg wrote that the outcome of this democratic election must be respected. In an ironic statement, a senior Turkish official, Turkish Parliament Speaker Mustafa Sentop, tweeted that in Turkey, we have always been in favor of the law and democracy, and we recommend it to everyone. The United States often raised concerns about Turkey's handling of human rights against protesters. 3 former recent U.S. presidents, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton, also condemned the insurrection. In a televised speech, President-elect Joe Biden condemned U.S. President Donald Trump for stoking the violence.
I call on President Trump to go on national television now to fulfill his oath and defend the Constitution and demand an end to this siege, to storm the Capitol, to smash windows, to occupy offices, the floor of the United States Senate, rummaging through desks, on the Capitol, on the House of Representatives, threatening the safety of duly elected officials. It's not protest, it's insurrection.
And finally, after all the chaos that happened, the U.S. Congress certifies the Electoral College win of Democrats Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, officially making them the next president and vice president of the U.S. The D.C. metropolitan area, meanwhile, was under curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. this morning, and law officers are still barricading streets going to the Capitol as well as other government buildings around D.C. area. Back to you, Arlene.
Thank you, Chris De Leon, reporting live from USA.